Hello and good morning, everyone. I am here. It is 7:36 in the morning. I have not changed out of my pajamas yet. It is a Sunday. So, we're going to be getting into a reading this morning. What I intuited immediately is that after having spilled coffee on myself, someone's lover could be thinking about them. I don't know if you've ever heard of the phrase that if you spill coffee on yourself, or if coffee is spilled on you and the cup doesn't tilt to fall, it means that someone is thinking of you. So, not just someone, but like a very significant person, a lover, someone who's admiring you, someone who loves you romantically is thinking of you. Could be, I've heard the term, your husband is thinking of you. So it could be a spiritual spouse, it could be someone who loves you is thinking about you. So we're going to pull some cards and see what's going on here. We're seeing anxiety over money. Could be a Leo here who's anxious over money. Okay, so it's a Leo here who is anxious over money. I'm hearing that this person could be in their 70s. I'm also hearing 64 or 63, 67 could be the significant age for today. 18 could be significant, the number 18, an 18-year-old Leo could be concerned about money. And I intuited that's why they did this. We're seeing a healthy relationship trying to bloom through this. And I'm hearing a lot of spell work is being cast upon it. Spell work is being cast upon this relationship. I'm hearing they're influencing a decision unsuccessfully. I'm going to give you some very pertinent information. I don't care if someone comes to you with all of their relationship problems. Take it with a grain of salt, okay? Because William S. Burroughs himself said that any fight that takes place between a man and a woman, and anything having to do with their betrothal or their relationship, remains between the man and the woman. And I say this because I think this is how he phrased it. I am not paid to figure out your relationship problems. And furthermore, the other thing that he said, I'm paraphrasing here, the other thing that he said is that if they get back together and you're the only one still complaining that they got into a fight, they're going to look at you like you're the asshole. So somebody comes to you with their relationship problems for support, give them a piece of your heart, but then let them make their decision, because you never know how relationships will heal. Relationships are like plants. If you graft two pieces of a tree together, they will grow together, but they're going to be wounded first. If you graft two plant stems together, they're going to grow together. They might even breed a hybrid fruit, but they're going to be in pain first. Just let it take its course the way that it does between those two people. We could be talking about, someone is like banking on this person or people not to maintain a relationship with someone. This is very weird. This is very, very weird energy for someone to be like coerced into not having a healthy relationship. Someone is like expecting these two people to break up. But what? But for money. So do you mean to tell me that this person is supposed to like just go through life doing everything that their loved ones want them to do for their money? This is a soulmate. This is an air sign. King of Swords. Okay, there are two energies in this card. Just judging by the tilt here. We have the King of Swords. One is a Gemini. He's the influence. This could be someone's father figure. And then you also have another air sign who's an Aquarius, or an Aquarius influence, Aquarius ascendant. Aquarius sun could be significant. No, Aquarius rising for this particular. But Aquarius sun is an outlier of the Aquarius ascendant's energy that's trying to sabotage this as well. Very disturbing. Okay. And what else of this? They keep spreading false rumors about, like, the Aquarius's character to make them unappealing. And spiritually, I think I just skewered something. This is apparently the agenda here, the MO, the motive. And it's causing a lot of delays. It's causing a lot of disappointments, a lot of annoyance, a lot of aggression. They're just letting this person go through heartache after heartache, but they're also not cultivating the people involved, if that makes sense. Like, they're also not saying, hey, you know what, these could improve your circumstances so that you can be in a good relationship. They're not doing any of that. They're saying, it's better that it's not working out, because then we can have what we want. And they're doing throat chakra influential magic to sway what a person speaks about. Through fear. They're influencing someone to be so afraid that they don't speak. I heard by yelling, by attacking someone's character, calling someone demeaning names, and then sending them out into the world for them to repeat that same behavior to someone else, the people they would be speaking to most comfortably. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining. It's very nice to have you here. The cards are toppling out of my hands. There was a tower situation with this woman, a soulmate. What is this? An older woman? The soulmate. Who's the soulmate? Aquarius. Yeah, there was a tower with this person. Or there was a tower with a Gemini and this person? What happened here? Spell work. Okay. Someone could have been asking someone to cast a spell on this Aquarius. And they could have been a Gemini. There could have also been the fact that a Gemini was doing this in the background to secure something sexually with the person that they're supposed to be with, this Aquarius. So this Aquarius is supposed to be with someone. And this Gemini in the background is trying to petition the ancestors, and they're not listening. They're like, who is this asshole? Literally disturbing the dead to do this. This person is divinely protected. This woman, this Aquarius ascendant here, is protected divinely in their union, in their prosperity, in their luck, and you all are like relentless. You're relentless in attacking this woman. You're just like, no, it has to be mine. Precious, my precious. Like, first thing in the morning, all you think about is how everything that belongs to her is supposed to belong to you. And you know what? It doesn't work that way at all. And it won't work that way for you at all. So I suggest you invest yourself and your intentions and all your energy into manifestations that will actually cultivate. Okay? These people had to heal because you all did not want to respect spiritual boundaries. And first and foremost, you encouraged, some of you in this case, for this person to lack boundaries. I heard Capricorn. You encouraged this person to never understand the value of boundaries, so that no healthy relationship could cultivate from their life and they'd be stuck returning to you too. This is another thing we need to talk about here, because that is gross mishandling of a responsibility to teach someone. I heard child neglect was the reason they have no boundaries. Yeah, okay. So there's a successful, possibly a successful union in public, a successful work environment, a successful presence here. Welcome, everyone. Thank you. Successful publicly, public success could be noted. A public success over a situation. It could be a property. And it's going it's going to the person who deserves it, not the people who it was being stolen from. Thank you so much for my likes. Thank you, Ranger. Welcome. Good morning. So, thank you for my likes. Thank you, Miss K. Thank you. So, these people are moving on to calmer waters, gratefully. And there's a lot of protection here. I'm seeing that also you may want to protect yourself here with all of this. These cacti, all here. Someone may actually have to go to the authorities and protect themselves by granting some sort of testimony in the favor of their continued protection. And I say this because initiated protection. So this isn't something that was already standing. This is something that needs to be placed in effect. And the reason why is because that something is going on here with betrayal, theft, and consequences of such that hadn't been served yet. This could involve someone's parents doing this to them, and it was never addressed. Look at this. With the tower, this is the authority, this is like, the precinct, pretty much. Thank you for your likes and your support. Thank you so much. Yeah, so there's just a lot of is the store card supposed to be in here? It is. So some attitudes that a person may have been holding about predatory behavior, stalking, and stalking a man, stalking opportunities, stalking certain things has changed as of today. Someone has been pocket watching. That's what it is. Someone has been pocket watching and making themselves like a looming figure in the background over someone's financial prospects, someone's attitudes, someone's work being cultivated. There are a lot of people in the background. And one such specific group or person that keeps going after this person. Do they have money yet? Do they have this yet? Did they do this yet? XYZ. To figure out where they are psychically spying on a timeline. To gauge, really, where they can go next. With their next decision. With their next move. Basically, it's like watching someone with cards. And, I'm not an unscrupulous reader, so I don't do this. But there are people who do this. Check this out. There are people who will pick up a deck of cards here and say, oh, with the heart at the bottom of the deck. These people have no hearts if they do this. I'm going to explain something to you. If you encounter a malicious reader, they might actually know what it is that's going on with you, not as a warning, not to warn you of something and to help you, but to watch what you're doing so that they can verify and confirm what they saw in the cards. They might target you with these cards, pull a card, flip one over, say, oh, that's what they're doing today. And then purposely seek you, right? And if they are especially gifted and abusing their gifts, what they actually may do is forego the cards altogether. They may actually sit and try to tap into your Akashic records, which is literally like a predestined memory bank of your soul, of your daily events. They might steal it through dreams. They might steal access and sight through the dream realm, like the DMT realm, right? They may actually tap into a subconscious realm and look for your records as if it's like a Dewey Decimal System lookup in a library. If you don't know what that is, please look that up. It's a catalog. It's a written catalog of everything that you would be seeing about your collections, your soul collections, your efforts, your destinies, your days. And you can look them up. This date, and this date, and this date. And what they do is they spiritually look into this with their third eye, with their meditations, their breath work, and everything like that. And they look to see what kind of a day you're going to have through your eyes. and then hassle you with the information that they found. Do you understand how sickening it is to deal with a person who thinks they have a right to your site? A right to your impact, your days, your anything. They want to live inside of your skin and tell you how your day is going to go based on what they saw. And you know what? That's a lot of power to have over someone, because what if they steer you the wrong way? Because they want that opportunity and they don't want you to get to it. So they're going to tell you, oh, don't do this today, do the other thing. Excuse me? No one should have access to those records but you. You, the owner. Me, the owner. This is my Akashic record type of thing here, right? So this is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with literally people who think that your Akashic records belong to them. Could you imagine owning a house and someone just walking in and being like, on this day in 3 weeks, I'm going to be here to block an opportunity for you. Like, I would be like, can you get the hell out of my house? Kindly, please. What are you even doing here type shit? Like, like, really. So it's just, it's a little unnerving. The people should actually have to declare these things. That's all I'm saying to you. So, yeah, this person is destined for stardom and they're terrified of this because on the way up, she's exposing everything. She's exposing everything that they did. Everything they do, all of the, I'm hearing all their occult practices that kept them in business. All their occult practices that kept them in business. Well, no wonder maybe you're losing money, because you shouldn't be abusing magic to steal other people's divine purpose, divine payouts, divine presence. It's like, imagine being the type of person, because I don't know how to wrap my head around this. Imagine being the type of person who says, I'll let them live because I tapped into their Akashic records and it says they're going to be rich today. So maybe they'll come through to a diner that I work at. Maybe they'll come through to the neighborhood. Maybe we can pull them here and they'll fund our businesses. This is the caliber of the people that we're dealing with here. And supposing the person wanted to get rich and flee the country, they'd be like, no, we have to stop them. We have to keep them here because they're a new investor. This is what they do this for. A number of reasons why they do this, but this is one of the reasons. To keep people bound to things. Keep people bound to circumstances. Because they're occultists. They belong to an order that needs to secure finances, and that's why they do this. Very weird. Very weird. And yeah, we also have a love offer coming out on a different wavelength, I guess, a different expectation here. Someone could want to marry this person. Someone could want to, yeah, this is a love offer, this is a marriage. But is it corrupt? It may be corrupt, judging by the moon card. Could be someone who has departed multiple times. Could be someone who has, welcome everyone, good morning. Could be someone who has, I'm hearing a gifted person wants to marry this person, okay. A gifted romantic wants to marry this person. So that's what it is. Is it corrupt? No. Okay, it's not a corrupt marriage. But the snake in reverse, ignorance. It represents ignorance. It represents physical and or emotional laziness on the part of this. It could also be non-dangerous, but also there's something about their verbiage. Their verbiage could be very upsetting here. Like the way that they speak, perhaps, the way that they express themselves. Make sure to tap that screen. Send some likes. Thank you. Tap that screen. Good morning. There's something about the way that this person conveys themselves. Despite being an intellectual, they convey themselves in a very verbally harsh way, and it upsets people around them. It's coming from a place of trauma. It's coming from a place of pain for this person. This is a long-standing thing too, a long-term thing. They're fighting a lot of demons here. They're fighting a lot of demons. They're not even aware. Look at this. They needed to hear this. They have been fighting their own shadow, demons, and histories for a very long time, and it's causing them a lot of angst. That's what this is. So then when they get chastised by their loved ones for speaking that way, despite the fact that they're in the right to be unloading and purging these feelings, they still listen to their loved ones who are not encouraging their growth and healing. They're encouraging their submission to something. They're trying to control a healing process. My advice is don't do that. Healing processes are meant to be a little messy. That's why professionals are put in the control of those situations. What happens in a therapist's office is meant to be therapeutic. And this is why licensed, certified practitioners of health are who you rely on to get that help. You can't necessarily go to a spiritualist, despite the fact that I would love it if you came to me and I was able to advise you with whatever tools I have at my disposal. I'm not a doctor. Sure, I have taken certification courses in, law and some in medicine, but I'm not a doctor. I'm not a lawyer. I'm only here to explain where you can find those people. I'm here to explain some of the things that I learned, but not as an advisor, not in a legal advisory position or a medical advisory position. I can help you. I'm close to someone of a person that can, I guess give you more specific advice as to why you should seek out more professional, more ranked professional persons to solve your problem. But I can assist you in the details of what you would request from the doctor, for example. That's what I can do. So you can come to me for specified reasoning for your claims. Yes, you can. But am I a doctor? Can I treat you? Can I treat you with my cards? I'm not so sure that that's even possible. So I wouldn't be leading you to believe that that would be possible. And even more so, I'm here to help you find answers to your questions. I am also here to entertain you. And this is for 18 plus members. So it's for 18 plus for entertainment purposes only. And I don't say entertainment as if I'm a clown. I say entertainment because it's yours to entertain at will. It's not being forced on your will. It's not being made something that you have to adhere to within reasonable scope. Like, there is nothing binding you to what I'm doing here. I'm not casting magic on you. I'm not holding you here in a spell. I'm not holding you here physically. I'm not holding your will in any way, shape, or form to this attention. So you can stay or leave and entertain what you hear here. You don't have to believe it is solely for you. It is up to you and your governance of your own mind to decide what you take away from here. And if it doesn't apply to you, if you feel like it's not your reading and you're just here to sit back and watch the show, that's okay too. But don't claim something. Don't claim something energetically and try to apply it and make it fit to your life. Like, how is this my life? It might not be. That's another thing about general readings. It might not be you that's being picked up in the energy yet. So don't rush to assume that it's you. Don't rush to presume that it's you. You know what they say about assumptions, right? They make you-know-what out of you and me. So, I feel my crown chakra tingling. I'm just going to do a quick cross over that because I feel someone trying to attack my crown chakra and steal something from me. I'm hearing it's another Capricorn. A young Capricorn. Interesting. So I call all of my power and energy back to me, directly funneled back to my crown chakra, all the things that I deserve by God in Jesus' name, and return all the energy that attempted to replace it back to the sender, full force, with forgiveness, but acknowledgement of what was just done in Jesus' name. And as a divine judge on the spiritual panel, presiding among the angels, I ask that that is not something you tamper with again, ever, in anyone's presence, especially your own. Okay, we have a King of Wands in reverse. This could have been a fire sign influence for some of you. I'm hearing Sagittarius influence, so Sagittarius ascendant. What about them? I'm hearing two messages. For gains, and they miss you. This sounds dangerous. For gains, and then they miss you. With, yeah, the fish at the bottom of the deck, and the cross in reverse on the bottom of the deck. Good morning. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, so this King of Wands in reverse with the clouds here. This is a signifier if you can see it. Oh, here it is. King of Wands in reverse. Apparently they don't want me talking about this. Too bad. This card represents business dealings. It could also represent business communications involving other people. If you like this reading so far, can you just tap that live? Tap the screen, double tap like this to send some really nice gifts. Like send some hearts my way. Thank you. You can also click the screen on the window and that will send some hearts if you're on a desktop device. So there's business communication here about someone being unburdened, unbothered, or possibly how to create loss for them with the Six of Wands in reverse. How to argue with them in business. But what I'm seeing here is that there could be someone trying to get out of debt here. There could be someone trying to get out of debt here. There could be someone trying to manifest some sort of clean break from something financially. Apparently, they don't even know how something was caused. They don't know how a debt was caused. And there's a rather, like, interesting return here. A very interesting return to a divine setting. Could be a hometown, could be a house, could be something. Thank you for joining. Make sure you tap that screen. Tap that screen to send some hearts. Thank you. So, yeah, I'm seeing that. I'm seeing that they're trying. Listen, be very careful with this. This is my advice to you. I'm seeing an energy of a love offer being exposed as a sham. There's also something flexible about the heart here. Flexible love. Something that is meant to harm. Something that is... Flexible love gives me like something flimsy. Flimsy love. Flimsy as in like conditional. I don't like this energy. You know, because it's like, yeah, we can be flexible, but like it's kind of like this person's playing around with the idea of whether or not this person really deserves their heart. But they're possibly, they're going back and forth about it in a way that's like a business transaction. But that's not love. Real love doesn't do that. So let's take note of that. Let's keep in mind that feelings are sacred. The emotional space is very sacred. It's a lot of the core of manifestation. Okay. So we need to be mindful of that, and we need to take that into consideration. Okay. All right, everyone, I'm going to wrap this reading up. Thank you for joining me this morning, and stay tuned for me to come back a bit later today. I'm very grateful to be here, and I'm very grateful to make your acquaintance. If you would like to support me as a creator, and if you'd like to support me as a creator and a reader, I'll link this over here. This is my PayPal. And just so you know, it's actually me. This is my directly linked account, and you can just meet me over there with any donations you'd be interested in. You can share that with people if you'd like to make contributions. Anything that you give to me helps me cover my expenses per month. It does a lot for me. It makes me feel like I have more security, and it means a lot to me because, like, for me personally, what I do is not easy to do, and I know that I deserve to be paid for the work that I'm able to do. You can go back into some of my readings on YouTube at youtube.com/tiredg0th, and I'll type it here just so you have access to it. This is my YouTube where I put my playbacks and the replays of whatever it is I do here onto the show, and the showcase actually specifically. I also run a few tech shows, and I do a podcast here and there. I haven't done my podcast in a while, but this is something I do as well, and I need to get back into that. I'm also an owner and a publicist and editor at No Topic Publication and Press. That is my independent book publishing firm. I published my own work, Privacy Actually, through that publication that I started, and I've begun quite many projects in favor of giving people the truth, not only about spirituality and how they can be spiritually impacted by things and how to protect themselves, but their presences on this earth with respects to how they can contribute to technology, spirituality, and the cultivation of mankind through very small but very significant things. So I'm here to basically support you in your service to mankind by giving you the insight that you need. Thank you so much for liking my live. Feel free to tap that like button and keep tapping. I'm very grateful. And you can scroll up into the comments to see what else you can find there. There's a YouTube link. There's a pinned PayPal link where you can send donations and tips and things. And with that, I am going to be wrapping up this show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for engaging. Thank you for being here. I'm super grateful for your presence, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. I'll be back a bit later, and I plan to be on a 5-day streak here, so feel free to join the lives and take part in everything. I'd like to see you all again, so look for me. I should probably be back later tonight and also tomorrow. So I'll see you all when I do. Feel free to add me, follow me, so you can keep track of everything that I'm doing in the lives. And I hope to see you all soon. Thanks so much for attending. So long. Bye.